You want to do the amazing introduction like you did last
I
time?
have to do an introduction?
Yeah, you always...
We didn't do an outroduction.
We didn't.
You can do the introduction this time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Welcome back to this game. Cupid. It's very dark, and apparently somebody killed ourselves last time. How was that?
Yeah. That was an amazing
It was
introduction.
amazing. Oh, and I'm with that guy. Okay.
So I'm on It's Funny, Is It Not?
Yeah, so am I.
Cool. It's funny, is it not? They always leave you.
What are you talking about?
What?
Wait, quiet. Do you hear that?
No.
Somebody breathing in the background in the game?
Oh, okay, yeah. Then yes. Thought that was you for some reason. Such is the way of the world. The more you love, the more you lose. Oh, it seems like they'll stay forever, but they never do. I'm the only one who stays, my lovely Rose. Her name is Rosa. My love is the only love you need. You were always so weak. Always so loving to people who did not deserve it. I told you to get rid of her, didn't I? I told you to be wary. I knew it from the start, my Rose. She was... Who are
you talking about?
the horse. Nothing but selfish, or she led you astray?
That goddamn horse led me astray.
Yeah, it did. Catherine was a curse. Oh no!
Or
not
that.
Catherine.
That's fine too.
She drove you to a love I warned you about.
Wait a second. Does she end up loving the... Yay. Spoilers. Continue.
I knew she would just cause you pain. I'm glad she's dead.
What?
Damn! I'm glad you're back to me. The bottom one?
I'm not happy about any of this, but fine.
I'm not happy she's dead. I was so worried about you, darling. She almost led you astray. Away from me. Trust in mother, darling. I am just glad to have you back to myself. Your silence bothers me, child.
She was important to me, Mother. I loved her, man.
Mother only laughed as Rosa screamed out her pain.
Oh, she was screaming? Well.
Didn't seem like it. Rosa felt strong arms shake her awake. 'Twas all a dream. Oh, it's Guianne.
Ooh. Oh, then. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Rosa. She opened her eyes and was hit by a strange sadness that crushed her. She was dazed for a moment. Why was she so sad? And then she remembered. Her best friend was gone. She was gone.
Really? Holy... Sorry.
I'm in blue with my traveling cloak.
Hot damn, sir. Your hair is down.
Rosa? I was asleep. These are my pajamas. How are you feeling? Guillaume sat by her bed, a hand in hers. Rosa didn't realize she had been holding onto it tightly in her fitful sleep. She broke from his grasp and clutched her knees. Rosa? She remained silent. I came to check on you. You went into shock and lost consciousness.
What the fuck?
I can only imagine how hard it must have been for you to see her like that.
What happened? We haven't recorded for a day and people are dying.
The piano must have eaten her.
Oh, shit.
His words echoed in her brain, yet she did not register much of their meaning. Rosa still refused to speak, and Guillaume fidgeted with his glove. The wake will take place as soon as possible, Rosa. I just wanted to let you know that she is being taken care of. He's hiding some... Oh, it's Mother. He's hiding something. There was a slight triumph in Mother's voice. He wants to get rid of her body as soon as possible. Don't you see it, child?
Well, who wants to keep a dead body around?
Well, to be fair, tell me you're not falling for this. Rosa was tired. Mother, always the cynic, would say such things. She hated anyone who came close to Rosa's heart. Rosa didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to deal with anything right now. all she wanted to do was wallow in her loneliness. To curl up inside the hole Catherine had left behind and sleep. My child, tell me you see it. Remember the fear in Catherine's eyes in her last few days? Look at how he is unperturbed by Catherine's death.
What happened?
He murdered her by piano. Oh, these are two different things.
She's gonna join the horse in the
No.
afterlife?
No, the horse is still alive. She'll be waiting for the horse in the afterlife.
Oh god.
Which one do we pick?
The first one.
Catherine's eyes. You've seen it, haven't you? She was mostly hostile. But sometimes when her sanity returned, she was afraid. Afraid of this man. What did we miss?
What happened?
How well do you even know him, child? Oh, so that was Catherine hanging.
Oh. God. I've known him for as long as I knew Catherine, Mother. He's a close friend.
I didn't ask how long you've known him, but how well, you slut. Beyond the mask that he displays in public view, do you even know his past? Do you even know any of his ambitions or secrets?
He's always a private man, Mother.
Think back, child. Isn't it curious how all his past relationships have ended in disaster?
He hasn't found the right one.
Everything he touches crumbles.
Oh. That is not enough to accuse him of anything.
You idiot.
Meh.
He is different. He does not belong, Rude. You have felt it too, haven't you? Rosa looked at Guillaume with new eyes now. A hint of doubt slithered out from beneath her sadness. Rosa wanted something to blame, a cask for all her regrets. Guillaume seemed like the perfect candidate, didn't he? Yes, you're finally seeing it. Open your eyes, child. It made sense. Catherine and Guillaume's relationship began to pewter off into coldness right before she died. Her mental instability only served to compound the fracture in their relationship.
What, they did it?
They were an item?
Dude.
I thought she was like really young.
Well,
How many years in the future are we?
you saw her hanging. She looked like a young woman.
Yeah, that's true. Perhaps Guillaume was tired of her and had killed her off for convenience. Or perhaps Catherine, in her psychotic state, killed herself to spite him. Rosa stared at the man beside her. He is not to be trusted, child. Maybe that's why we've got our hair down. We're older.
Yeah.
He is a demon.
Sexy demon, then.
Row. Guillaume returned Rosa's angry stare with a resolute look. I know you must hate me, Rosa. I am aware that I only aggravated Catherine's condition with my presence. I know the feeling when I am not wanted. He stood up, a hard yet kind look on his face. Just remember that I will always be here for you. As much as I was there for Catherine, even though she spat me out. Rosa bit her lip. When Catherine had refused to eat, it had been Guillaume who fed her and attended her. Despite Catherine hurling abuse at him, he had tried to care for the sick woman himself.
Jesus.
Lies. All lies. Keeping up appearances.
Then what is it that he has done, Mother? Did she say that out loud? Catherine committed suicide. It was not by his hand that she died.
Are you just going to leave it at that? This got dark really quickly.
You think?
Look at his face and tell me you trust him wholeheartedly. Rosa tried to search for the answer in Guillaume's eyes. But as always, his face betrayed only few emotions.
I don't know.
Mother was screaming now. He killed her! I'm sure he did it. And you're letting him get away with it. She's like a gossipy old woman.
Cackling a woman there. Please, my head hurts. Goddamn.
And you say you loved her. You never loved her, you selfish child. I've always known you were selfish.
So mean.
Just like your father. Rude.
Stop!
You throw people away. Didn't you throw me away when I inconvenienced you? Admit it.
Oh my gosh, what if Rosa killed her mother and now she's haunting her?
You were secretly relieved I died.
Oh. No, stop it!
She screamed back at that last voice. Her mouth quivered. Guillaume stared at Rosa in shock. The outburst had accidentally come out loud. It pulled a plug that kept the tears from pouring out. Now her vision clouded, and she blinked them away again and again. She was not sobbing. She did not even realize her face was wet. Guillaume and Rosa stared at each other, both kindred in their sorrow. He knelt down by Rosa's bed and wiped her tears with his hand. He did not say anything while doing this, and Rosa stared blankly ahead. It almost stunned her how many tears a person's eyes could carry. In their little baskets. I loved her too, Rosa. He said it after a while. I know what you're feeling. She didn't know if it was her own or if Mother's anger was somehow influencing her, but her chest heaved. She balled up her fist so tightly that her fingernails hurt.
Shut up.
She spat, and the man recoiled at the uncharacteristic bitterness of her words.
Catherine was afraid of you in her last days. Sorry. You did something to her. I know it.
She could feel Mother inside her head building up her anger. He has to be punished. Give him a spanking.
You are to blame.
He has to atone.
I know you are guilty.
He must be punished. Guillaume stared at her dumbfounded for a few seconds, but the man didn't try to appease her. He only stepped closer to Rosa and wrapped his arms around the hysterical girl.
Aww.
She's got long hair now.
Yeah, so they did grow up. Let go of me. I hate you. Let me go.
But Guillaume didn't. If you need something to hate, then I'll accept your hate.
So beautiful.
But you must accept my comfort too. I need you too right now, Rosa. You were the only one who loved her as much as I did. Guillaume's words brought back Catherine to Rosa's mind. Almost at once, the anger was replaced with a sadness so heavy she couldn't breathe. Why was she so angry again? She was focusing on anger instead of pain. It was easier. The real tears came, all for the loss of the girl they both loved. Tomorrow was not going to come. There was only right now, the loss and two friends mourning a loved one. Rosa cried until she thought she wouldn't be able to stop, and Guillaume quietly held her. Slowly, her weeping began to subside into sobs, and only then did he speak again. Stay in the chateau, Rosa. I know you're thinking of leaving now that Catherine is gone, but I can't let you wander the streets again. I will take care of you. It's what Catherine would have wanted. Like a spell being broken, these words brought back her anger.
No. How could you possibly know what Catherine wants?
She pushed his arms away from her.
She's dead.
Guillaume's mouth pursed, and he stepped away.
I want you to go. Please leave me.
I want the house. Guillaume sighed and closed his eyes. I understand. He turned on his heels and left without another word. And the guitar fades slowly out. Hours seemed like minutes to her. She would fall asleep and awaken in unfit intervals so often that she had lost the exact time. Awake, she would stare at a part of the wall with no coherent thoughts forming in her mind. One would think morning should be spent in a depressive frenzy. All the reasons to grieve are yours, after all. She could wail now if she wanted. She could pull on her hair, curse the skies. She could reminisce the past, admire the frailty of human lives. Unfortunately, it was something less poetic. Pain was simple. It was clean. It was a well-shaped knife that sliced through the heart in one stroke.
Jeez.
No blood, no mess. I do like the writing in this.
Yeah.
Empty. Apart from... No, wait, there's a different thing. When tears were spent, there was just a hole where your heart had been. The hurt called out to you, it lingered. But since there was nothing there anymore, you couldn't find where the pain ended and you began. Rosa slept all day. The sun had gone down twice before she shifted from her bed. She stood up slowly, deliberately, with a purpose. My child, I know... Oh, you know I hurt when you're hurt. Already a surge of power flowed within her, fueled by her grief.
What is she doing?
Super Saiyan.
Oh.
The power filled her up. and there was so much emptiness inside that the energy seemed to saturate her whole body. Purpose was always a balm for grief.
Mother, tell me what to do. Oh.
Justice or retribution? I want to go with justice. I don't... Is she a vengeance kind of girl?
Isn't, like, her getting justice, like, doing something to that one guy that we live with?
Maybe, but I mean, justice is also about, you know, law and stuff, whereas retribution really is just getting even.
Okay, what we're gonna do... Can we save? We're gonna save.
If you can save.
I can save. I'm saving real quick, just in case we make the wrong choice.
Okay. Which one?
Which one do you want to go with?
I say justice.
Okay. Justice.
Are there bad ends in this?
I don't know.
We didn't do research.
No, we didn't.
Start with his guilt, child. Then deliver punishment fitting for one so vile.
Oh, no.
He cannot get away with this. Damn.
Oh.
Rosa didn't speak, but she started to form the words in her mind, feeling them in her bones, giving life to every thought. She took a small knife and carved a symbol on her floor. She's a witch!
Ah!
What? This changed quickly.
I don't understand what's going on.
It didn't need much, a guilt spell. It didn't aim to punish, it only aimed to inform. She needed to know how much guilt the man carried and the source of such guilt. When have we been a witch?
I don't know. We can hear our dead mother, apparently.
That's fine, that's normal.
Uh-huh.
If the guilt was concrete and came from a direct action, then she would know Guillaume did something to Catherine. It had been a while since she had used magic. It used to be the only way she could protect herself from the world. Mother had taught her, and now Mother guided her as she cast her spell. She needed a possession of the man. Rosa opted for his voice, still fresh from her memory. She focused on the last conversation they shared. If you need something to hate, I will take care of you. I need you. The words made Rosa feel distress and confusion. Always it was this way with him. The feeling wasn't foreign, it had been there for years. I will always be here for you.
Oh.
Rosa felt a violent force upturn her stomach. It was a horrid lurch just before vomiting. You failed. The spell collapsed in her brain. Focus, idiot child, or you'll lose your chance. Rosa tried again. This time she focused on Guillaume's eyes. Cold. Like flints of steel. Dark and fathomless. No grief, except, perhaps, for the situation. No Catherine. No pain of loss. This didn't matter to her. Their relationship was dying anyway. Where was his guilt? Rosa dug deeper. She increased the chanting on her lips. No torment. No uncertainty. No guilt. Did the spell fail again? She searched once more and found nothing. There was no guilt in Guillaume's eyes. She could stop the spell now, knowing that he was innocent. If the spell had worked, then Guillaume was blameless. But this absence was most distressing. Rosa desperately pushed her mind further, almost wishing there were traces hiding behind her beyond her reach. Guilt should be present in any loss, no matter how little. Don't we blame ourselves for our own loss? I was gonna say, even then you'd reckon he'd still feel guilty, even if he didn't kill her.
Yeah.
Don't we hate ourselves and punish ourselves, even if it wasn't our fault? It didn't have to be real, but we need guilt to feel pain. But Guillaume didn't have a sliver of guilt. The vicious pain took hold of her again, squeezing her stomach with murderous intent. The pain was so great, Rosa wasn't sure if a spell had failed or succeeded. Something is wrong. Before Rosa could agree with Mother, she felt a sharp pain in her throat. She clutched at her neck, scraping, scratching. A sharp, jagged lump was blocking her breathing. She could feel its edges crawl up her windpipe, tearing the soft walls as it moved about. We're a werewolf! The pain did not stop. Damn.
What's going on?
Rosa fell to her knees and gagged. Huge drips of blood-spotted spit ran down her chin. She thrashed about like a woman being strangled. Mother remained calm, unaffected by Rosa's distress. Rosa was about to expel whatever it was. Tears ran down her face. The horrible acidic taste coated her tongue. Finally, she opened her mouth and forced the vile thing out. She kept her eyes shut, afraid to look at whatever had come out of her. But the choking feeling gripped her again, and she puked again. The liquid dripped down her mouth, thickened and congealed. It wasn't spit anymore, but blood. It gathered around her knees in a growing pool. Rosa panted.
Hold on,
Every
wait, whoa,
breath.
whoa. What the hell? Where? Whoa. There
What?
it is. I skipped it. It's all skipped for some reason.
Oh.
I don't know why. Okay, go on.
Either way, Rosa panted. Every breath was laced with pain. But the gruesome effect had finally stopped. She wiped the sweat on her forehead. Something on the floor reflected light. She struggled to comprehend what was in front of her. She reached out with her hand, and the prick of something sharp made her recoil. She tried again, this time seeing more clearly. She picked up the item, or she picked them up with shaking hands. Needles, damn!
What the hell?
You threw up needles?
Ewy.
Rosa, it's not normal. In her palms were a handful of long metal needles. She had regurgitated them, along with blood and jagged pieces of flesh. Rosa examined them with a horrified kind of curiosity. She stuck one in her thumb, and it drew more blood. They were real. They had materialized in her throat while casting the spell on Guillaume. Rosa wiped her mouth. There was something wrong with him. Something potent and dark. Or could it be that she had merely botched the spell horribly? She had pushed her limits this time. She had gone too far. But still, a tugging concern was forming. It was as real as the metal needles in her hand. Rosa tried to stand up on her feet, but she was exhausted. Her knees failed her, and she crumpled on the floor like a rag.
Okay.
Are you quite alright, my darling? Now you see it too. There is a sinister force at work. Get up. We have a lot of work to do. We must find out what he is and stop him. Rosa stared at the needles in her hand.
Is that...
I don't know.
Or is that just like her thoughts?
I think it's her thoughts. Who are you really, Guillaume? Blacks. Chapter 3, Portraits Candlelit.
Oh.